Hi guys, welcome back to Devotion Trading. This is Swift 5 Fundamentals for Beginners. This is part 3, which is about printing and commenting in Swift. So if we go back to what we were doing before, looking at constants and variables, I think the best thing to start off here is to basically just define our own constants and variables. For you to do this at home as well. Just practice it out. So for example, I'll define a constant, which you just type let, which defines a constant, and I'll just basically call this a constant here, and give it a string as well of just a constant. And below that we can type our own variable. So to a variable we type var, which defines a variable, and we'll just put a variable here, and a variable. Excellent. And then when it comes to printing, you simply print by typing the word print and then putting your variable in brackets. So here I've printed Dark Knight, was from the last episode, but I'll type again. We'll print out a constant, and we can print out a variable as well. And when we run this, you'll see, as I showed you before, that these come out basically printed on this side. Now, the reason there's a /n is because it's expecting a new line, but in this case, it's just the two words that should be printed. So below here, you can see that I've printed out also the Dark Knight favorite superhero, which will print out Batman and Iron Man. But you can also combine in your print statements, so you can have two variables together. And if I click here, you'll see it's put them together, Batman, Iron Man over here. And if you wanted to put another space in there, you could just add simply a blank string of a space and add them together like that, and then that will give you, let's give it a second to run, there we are, Batman, Iron Man separately. Also, you can combine string literals, so you can say, have just like a default string in here, and then print your variable afterwards. So to use a string literal, you simply use a / and then put your variable or constant inside here, and that will print out the whole message over here. So say, for example, my favorite superhero is Iron Man, and that can quickly change to, I can put Dark Knight in there, and that will say my favorite superhero is Batman. Perfect. Okay, also at the bottom here you have like a logging window, so everything that is shown here that you've printed will be shown here. So for example, where we've defined constants, and this one here, the underscore value, they're shown over here, but only things that you print are actually put into the logging window at the bottom here. And if you want to, you can simply just print out a number, or you can just print out a string itself without any variables or constants, just sort of like hello world here, and that will print out just like that. So that's basically covers printing. So printing is quite handy if you want to check if a variable's been changed properly, if the value is what you're expecting it to be, and it's quite good when you're sort of debugging through your code. Another thing that's quite handy when you're writing code or sharing code with others is comments. So you can see here, I've got them throughout where I've got two / here, which basically defines that that's a comment. So if you want to write something that's not in code, but just to signify what something is, you can just put, this is a comment. And this is just helpful for other people when they're in your code, or if you're going back to code that you've written from a long time ago. And there's two ways of writing a comment. One way is to use the two /, and the other way, if you need like a paragraph of text or quite a lot of words, you can use / and the star, and then star / to close it off. And then here, whatever you type will be commented out. And also this tells the compiler to ignore this sort of section and not try and run it. So this won't get run, because if I type in here, this is a comment, and try and run this, it will get a bit confused and give me an error to say, several errors to say it's not sure what's going on there. So remember, whenever you type a comment, if you use the double / or the / star, and the star / to close it off. And yeah, that pretty much covers printing and commenting. Tune in next time when we'll be talking about integers, floats, strings, and booleans. Thanks a lot, guys. See you soon. Bye.